Hey, what's up, everyone? If you're an artist, you're trying to get your music out there, and you're trying to use all these cool things like Instagram stories and TikTok where it syncs your lyrics up, but you don't know how to do it, well, you should put out your music through Distrokid, because Distrokid does it for you. They have amazing services and amazing features like the lyric matching. It's great. If you're ever scrolling through and you're noticing lyrics aren't matching, it's because they're probably not using Distrokid. So get on Distrokid. It's a great music distribution platform that gets your music into all these stores and streaming services. They don't take any cut of your royalties. You keep 100% of your royalties, and you just pay them one annual fee. And you get a discount on your first year's fee. When you sign up with the link in the description of this video, it supports Unquiet Live and it supports you. So it's a win-win. Sign up for Distrokid today. Thank you. All right, what's up, everyone, and welcome back to Unquiet Live. We are coming at you from the Haven in Pomona, California. Shout out to the Haven. Shout out to Victor. And today we have a very special guest. They are a band based in Los Angeles. They have one of the best live shows I've ever seen. I was so honored that they get to join us here today because they're just insane. You need to see them live. And you'll see a little bit of it today. And that band is Jagged Baptist Club. What up, guys?
What up?
Good to see y'all.
Good to be here. Good to be here at the Haven in Pomona. Shout out to Victor. I don't know who that is, but I'm guessing he lets us do it here. Big ups to Victor.
Big ups to Victor. He does. He owns the place. He's
All right.
the best.
Thanks, Victor, for real. I'm being sincere now. Thank you. Thanks, Victor.
Big ups to the chandeliers.
Big ups to the chandeliers. They've made it so far. So you guys just want to say a quick hello, quick intro, then we'll get into the first one, then we'll chat it up a little bit?
Yeah, that sounds good. What's up? On drums, we got Morgan Ponder down there. On bass, we got CJ Ramsey. We got Josh Boyd on keyboards. My name's Blake Stokes. We're Los Angeles' own, but the worldwide zone, Jagged Baptist Club. And everything you said in the intro is true. And we'll demonstrate it here today for you and Victor. Big ups, Victor.
Amazing.
That's right. That's right.
Jeez, did I lie? I did not lie. Come on.
Couldn't if you wanted to.
I couldn't if I wanted to.
It's undeniable.
Undeniable. Jeez,
Yeah.
guys. God damn, you guys are so good. Thank you so much for being here. Honestly, this is amazing. That's actually what I wanted to first talk about, is just that you guys kind of are renowned for your live act for how great you are and what you just did. Was that like a very intentional thing with this band? Like, was that something you like really, really needed to do?
Yeah, 100%. Ever since I started going to shows when I was a kid, I always hated it when bands acted like no one was in front of them. Or they acted like they didn't want to be there. Like, people can have off nights or whatever, but, you know, that's just so weird to me. There's a bunch of people there, not only, so you have to acknowledge that, but for me, it's a respect thing, right? People paid money, or the show is free, and they spent their time. Like, they have, you know, a million things they could have done that night, right? And they decided to come watch you play your original songs that they might not even know, right? So you have to meet them in the middle. And so for me, it's born out of a respect thing of just doing the best, craziest, most engaging show you can out of respect. And then, you know, blossoming out of that, it's just like, you want to have fun. Yeah. You want to have a fucking good time. Like, we're not particularly worried about being cool, right? Or like, look like we're not trying hard.
Right.
It's really fun to do crowd fucking interaction. Hey, yeah, clap. I like people putting their hands up. Because, like, even if you're cool, you still like doing that shit if you can get over it. So, yeah, it's completely intentional.
That's amazing. And, I mean, doing it in L.A. and coming out of L.A., because, I mean, I feel like L.A. is a little bit infamous for their crowds. Every band I talk to, like, kind of hates coming through L.A. So to build that in this, like, cool kid scene, especially of, like, Echo Park, East LA. Yeah. Like, I've seen you guys in like the coolest of the cool crowds, you know, and you still get people doing that. Yeah. Because they kind of need to be like coached. We need to be like taken out of ourselves.
You kind of need permission.
Right.
You kind of need to be, you know, reminded that it's okay to actually have a good time. And I mean, and the thing with LA is when you're playing a show, you know, anywhere between 50% and higher of the crowd is probably in a band, probably industry, whatever. So most LA shows are kind of like an industry mixer, you know what I mean?
Right.
Which, you know, doesn't really naturally lend itself to a party atmosphere. So if we kind of set the tone right off the bat, and a lot of times I'll talk before we even start the first song just to sort of let people know what the fuck is up. Nice. And then, you know, at that point, you're either sold and you're into what we're doing, or we're just not for you, and that's cool too. Nice. And there's plenty of patios to go smoke on. Yeah. But the people that stay, the permission is granted, the invitation is extended to have a good time.
Amazing. Yeah. I love it. Yeah, I feel like that philosophy is I feel like it's lost on a lot of bands because it's tough to get up there. Like it's you know, it's scary to go play in front of a bunch of people, and especially if they're like crossing their arms or just like, you know, chilling. So what I guess my question in that is how did you get to that point where you like had the confidence that were you like a theater kid in high school? Were you like able to stand on stage and act or like
yeah, so should I out you two?
Yeah,
all right.
Both under the bus.
Josh and I are both former child actors.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So we both started working very young in the 90s. So the idea of performance and being in front of people was ingrained in us at a pretty early age. But this is a little bit different, right? Because when you're shooting a movie or whatever, you're a character. You didn't write the thing, and it's maybe about this many people, and you're filming it, and that's it.
Right.
When you're in a band, you're live. If you mess up, that's it. And it's stuff you wrote, so at least, especially when you start out, you're very, very precious with it. And it's hard. Like, I still get nervous before shows, you know what I mean? And, you know, the old saying is if you're not nervous, you don't care, right? Like, I can handle it a lot better, and I feel a lot more confident in general. But, yeah, I still want every show to go well, and I'm still, you know, got a little bit of butterflies in there. But, you know, it also just comes from doing it a ton, you know? And the four of us, we're a really tight unit, and I get confidence from them. Like, we'll play... What was supply? We played this show, and it was just look. It was no one's fault. It was just the wrong bill, the wrong night, the wrong kind of everything, the wrong time slot. And we just kind of looked at each other and said, "Oh fuck it, I guess we're going on at 12:40." And like, there's the line to the bathroom is louder than us, but like whatever. And I can turn to these guys, and we're confident enough in ourselves and what we're doing to where it's just like let's just fucking go. Let's make the best of it. So. You know, it just comes through experience, too, just doing it a ton.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, kind of like in the stand-up comedy world, I hear that all the time. Just like, you just got to get up. You just got to, like, go again and again.
You just got to do it. I mean, and you can't – you want to take your time and you want to prepare, but you can't be too precious. Like, you know, I've known people that are working on an EP for 8 years. It's like, what are you doing? Right. Like, you're never going to learn and you're never going to get the appropriate feedback unless you go do it, right? Like, we're playing new songs in the set now that we're going to record next year to see how they're working, to see what people are into or whatever. And you just got to do it. And the more you do it, the more people you meet, the more confident you feel, the better you get. But yeah, man, like 10 years ago, I used to throw up before every show, and I used to get real drunk before every show because I was nervous. And now I've been sober almost 6 years.
Oh, amazing!
And so now it's just like I don't puke and I don't shit. So it's just like, I mean, in general I can do that, but I have the ability to do that. But before shows I don't anymore, most of the time. But it's just, you know, we practice a ton and we play a lot and we trust each other, you know, and that's enough coal in the engine to get us on stage. You know what
Amazing.
I mean? Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Well, awesome. Do you want to get into a couple more and then we'll chat a little bit more about the music? And
that sounds good to me.
else?
Does that sound good to you guys? Should we do it? Should we do a couple more? Came all this way? Why not? Why not? What's up, people of the internet? I don't know when you're watching this. I don't know where you're watching this, but I hope you're having a good time. I hope your life is good. I hope it's everything you ever dreamed of. But I hope you have bigger dreams too. And I hope those come true as well. Jagged Baptist Club all the way from the Haven in Pomona. Shout out to Victor! Shout out to the chandeliers. Get a shot of that chandelier. Get a shot of that chandelier. Look at that shit. All right. Now we got a little bit more time to go. You don't want to go home. You might already be home, but you don't want to go home up here. You guys want to go home? No, they say no either, me either. So let's fucking do it. No, I don't want to go home. No, I don't want to go home. No, I don't want to go home. No, I don't want to go home.
Jesus. Oh my God. I don't.
Yay!
I'm speechless.
You feel good. I can't help it. I get crowd work is in my DNA. Hold on, let me see behind the camera. Let me give it a little back.
It's just Robert and I back here, but you're playing like.
Say yay, internet. You on your phone?
Oh my gosh, that is incredible, guys. Man. So yeah, let's talk about the music a little bit. Temptation Death House, which is an amazing name.
Thank you.
Would love to know about it. If you could give me a little backstory. I don't know what that means.
Song?
Yeah. Even
Okay.
just like the title. Of the name of the album.
So, I come up with all the titles, and it's just a big old jumble mess of psychological damage and trauma and creativity in my brain, and something combine and pop out. So Morgan and I were in a band before this that had not such a great name. It wasn't a bad name, but it was impossible to search, and it was called Test, right? So good luck. So we needed a new name, and someone suggested the word tempt, and I said, that's almost the same exact words the one we have problems with, no good, but temptation logged in my brain. And then someone else referred to a house they lived in. They said it always made them sick. They referred to it as Death House. So these two independent things started jumbling around in there, and I thought, that sounds pretty cool. I don't know what the fuck that means. I don't need it. I mean, I don't intellectually know what that means, but I know what that means. You know what I mean? And a lot of times I'll have a title first and then write the song for that. So that's that instance. And then the initial little bass progression I came up on my Keith Urban signature acoustic that I have. True story. And I got it for free, but it is a Keith Urban exclusive signature acoustic guitar. I came up with that, and then did a little demo of it, brought it to the guys, and then off we went. But
cool.
Yeah, the names, like, I love, like, Iggy Pop was talking one time about how they loved creating their own slang and creating their own words and creating their own stuff, and it's, it kind of builds a larger world. There's more to being a band than just like we wrote these songs. Like, you want to have this whole thing, and that's a good example of that.
Yeah, love it. Yeah, that song's great. I feel like that song has kind of taken on a little bit of its own life. Like, gotten some love from like BBC and like
KCRW. Yeah. That one kind of has its own journey. And we still play it. But I think people that maybe just know us for that, and then they see these come out,
right.
Like, wait, what? Huh? But it's all in the same sphere.
Yeah, I know. I was actually pretty excited because you guys played it at. I saw you at the record store, like the backyard.
Yeah, Permanent Records.
Yeah, Permanent Records. Shout out to Permanent Records. And I was kind of nervous that you wouldn't play that song because it does feel kind of different, And then when it started, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, we have to play that song. And we're those guys now to where that's last in the set list right now.
Yeah.
I mean, for now.
The hit. You got to play the hit.
Well, although we did a residency and we did 5 nights at this place, and the last night we opened and closed with it.
Fun. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, it's a better closer, but yeah. And I don't know, was that one of the last ones written for that record? Yeah, we wrote that record a long time ago. I think it was one of the last ones we did for that record, and it was in the last session at least. And so what's interesting about that is that might sort of tease like where we're going next a little bit. And we have about 5 or 6 new ones, and there's some stuff that feels like, the offspring of Temptation Death House.
Amazing. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. By the way, who's on the artwork of that? Whose like smile is that?
I don't know whose smile that is, but we worked with a really good designer out of San Diego named Sydney Banta. She's an artist in her own right, and we've known her for forever, and she's done all the design work up through that point. So Sydney Banta did that. Yeah.
Shout out to Sydney. Quick backstory, because, so you said 10 years ago you would get nervous to play.
Yeah.
But Jagged Baptist is only a couple of years old.
Yeah.
So how did y'all get to Jagged Baptist? How was it born?
So Morgan and I were in a different band for a long time, and when we did that band Test I was talking about, when we did the only Test album, we needed live keyboards. We brought Josh in, but Morgan and Josh had known each other since
we've been playing in bands since 2007.
Oh, cool.
The two of them. And so I knew Josh the entire time. I knew Morgan. We just never played with him. So we brought him in. And then we started making what we thought would be the next Test record, right? But as we were making, I was like, this is something different. And it really felt different. It really felt special. We needed to change the name anyway. And so we changed the name during that process. The bass player we were with in Test left. We found CJ. We brought him in as we were finishing that record. He joined for all those shows. It was born. And then off we were running. We were doing really good. And then something happened in March 2020, everything kind of slowed down a little bit. But we've managed to survive and hold on and cruise through. But yeah, Jagged Baptist Club, JBC, has been like an active thing since fall 2018. Yeah.
Amazing. I love it. Well, awesome. You want to get into the cover, and then we'll wrap things up?
Yeah.
Awesome.
You ready to get in that cover, Josh?
Let's do it. I mean, so we used to play this one. We haven't played this one in a while, and I used to like get in the crowd for it.
Oh shit.
So I feel a lot safer getting in this crowd right now.
Just me and you.
But let me get in front of my gear here.
You're just like knocking over Robert with the camera.
Get
You got 2 cables to manage, Josh. Be mindful.
I'll do my best. It's been a minute.
All right. You feel good?
Yeah, let's do it.
Rhythm section feel good? I don't know their names.
Yeah, the dollar shit fancy. I was a monkey. You trained in my veins, it's my the careful junkie. Plastic eyeball, straight face the vegetables. Done through skulls with the beat gang videos. Killer headlights, one on the neutral. Sun card flavor with the loser in the cruise control. Begging this Reno with the fire machine. Got a couple of couches, sleep on the love seat. So I can't say I'm ashamed to complain about shotgun wedding. Stain on my shirt. Don't believe you think I can breathe. You get a pocket violation. Now you know your sleep. Take your face with the face of dark. Even on your food sticks are burned down the trailer park. Yo. Run it. So you really know. Yeah, I'm a loser, baby. So why don't you kill me? For the dog, evil little bozo nightmare. Set off the music with the phony cat. Never do. One got a weasel, other got a flag. One's on the phone, so the other in the back. Rerun shows it, the cocaine no shot. Get the crowd with the folks think it's fun. He on himself with a guitar string. Slide until you get, he's hanging from a pigeon wing. Get right, get late. Gas to the beat, from the body for the hate. Bazaar is a piece of crap. Going to a turn lane, choking on his splinters.
Damn. God, that was great. Oh my God, that was great. Shout out to Beck.
Yeah.
That was amazing. Thank you guys.
yeah.
There was one more thing I forgot to ask. Just because in listening to the album, it's like this great, it's this great thing. But then there's this one song that's like an 11-minute insane song
Yeah.
called "Inside the Coffin,"
Yeah.
and I'm so curious how that came together.
So I always had this idea of what a perfect album would be, and in my mind it was an ocean of longer, cooler, atmospheric pieces with little islands of singles, right? You still need, we still like singles, still like 2.5-minute songs. I like that, but I like the other shit too. And I like a lot of jazz, and I like experimental stuff and things like that. And you know, when we did the first Jagged Baptist Club record, I had sort of this mandate for myself that I wanted that record to sound like my record collection for the first time ever, because you know, we never quite got there with other albums that I did. And in so doing, we did a song on that record called Tender Cactus that has a big saxophone piece in the middle of it. And I love working with that guy. His name is James Eason. Shout out to James Eason. And we said, let's do another one, and let's do another long-form piece. And I said, let's, I shouldn't say that, but we were inspired by a beat. And so we started with that. CJ came in with some chords. I said, cut half those chords out. Let's just keep half of them. And I just said, Morgan, you're gonna play that beat for 12 minutes. Here we go. And you know, there's a song in there. The actual song verse chorus bit probably ends after 4 minutes. And then it just felt good. So he said, let's just keep going with it. And then we brought in the sax guy, and he said, what should I do? And I said, be creepy. Was the only note. And he did 2 or 3 takes. He disassembled his saxophone while he was playing it on one of the takes. It's fucking crazy. But I love shit like that. And obviously that's not going to radio. Obviously that's not, you know, something you'd put on a radio's playlist or something like that. But it's on the record, right? And it's my attempt to show sort of all the sides of our interests musically and stuff like that, because I really like stuff like that. And if you listen to the record full through, it's a nice sort of like one to get lost in.
Right.
So yeah, I love shit like that. And
Yeah.
we have another long ass one that we're working on too. That's different. And each time we do a long one, we're at least conscious enough to not be like, all right, let's do 4 minutes and then just like jam. It's kind of what Coffin is, and it worked for that. Cactus is sort of bookends on a jam, and this new one is like 2 different distinct parts. So
I personally love stuff like that, and it was important to me to have, a little bit of that flavor on the record.
Yeah, it's great. I loved. Yeah, I mean the drum beat is sick. That just kind of carries it through. This, and then all this other crazy shit's happening.
Yeah, and then the guy we worked with, I still remember this when we first heard the first playback. Morgan was like, "Sound like fucking basketballs." His drums. I was like, "Yeah, dude, that's production. That's cool. That sounds cool." And he's like, "Yeah, all right."
Is there a
put
moment?
like towels on him and shit and all that kind of stuff.
That's hilarious. Do you think there's ever going to be a moment where that has its live day?
Oh yeah, we've already played that.
Oh
live.
really?
You missed it.
Oh,
so in the
damn.
after you saw us, we did it. I don't know. We've probably done it eight or nine times.
You can look it up on set.
Yeah, we can look it on Setlist. Yeah, you can find out on Setlist.fm. But yeah, we put that right at the end, right into Temptation, and we did that a bunch.
Oh, that's
yeah,
great.
Yeah.
That's great.
We have to be mindful of that though, because like when we're new, when we're a support band, we don't typically play it. Or if we're playing a city for the first time, we may not play it because that's like it's a lot.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
totally.
But yeah, and we were able to play it with James. We had the saxophone live with us for the last couple too. So yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
It's in the list to pick from.
Nice.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, awesome. I mean, do you guys want to chat a little bit about like upcoming things or things we might have missed? Anything you wanted to specifically talk about?
Yeah, there's a lot we can just leak here because we're at the Haven in Pomona, California. Shout out to Chandeliers and shout out to Victor for choosing those chandeliers, I'm assuming.
Very nice, Jim.
Yeah, so all right. So we have, I don't know when this is airing. Look, I'm breaking the fourth wall. So here's the deal. We got a lot of shows in August, all right? We're playing the Echo August 25th. We're playing Happy Sundays Festival August 28th. Okay, this has probably already happened, but
You could look into this camera too.
yeah. Okay. Oh, hi. Bigger things that we're doing. I'll just announce it here. I'll leak it here because we'll probably already be doing it when this airs. We're going to the United Kingdom in Ireland. We're going September 28th to October 14th. We're playing all kinds of great places like Belfast and Dublin and London and other cities. So we're going to do that. And then we come back, and then there's a remix record that I'm sitting on that's a bunch of remixes of Temptation Death House that's really good that we'll put out before the end of the year. And then we're recording new material in March of next year with a very cool producer that I won't leak. I won't leak that.
But
so
he's very cool.
he's super cool. Very cool. Yeah, he's British, but he lives in Joshua Tree. So you figure it out from those clues.
Rick Rubin.
Fuck. Yeah, so we got a lot coming up. We can't stop. We can't stop. We won't stop because then we're failures and we'll have to go back to our regular jobs, which we still hold. Yeah, but we would just be doing that, and that's unacceptable to us. So, yeah.
Amazing.
Stay tuned. More to come. Keep an eye out. Big news coming. I love that show. Announcement Monday. Like, look, go. I'm going to take a second. Bands or brands, whoever, you don't need to make an announcement that you're going to make an announcement. You just don't need to do it, okay?
What if it's like a heartfelt announcement about the announcement?
That's still bullshit. Just announce the thing, okay? I understand why you're trying to make the feed, populated. You want to have the engagement. I get it. But stay tuned for something that you're announcing for something. It's just too much. Just do something else that's engaging. No more big news coming soon. Big things. And look, big things coming soon? Really? A show at Maui Sugar Mill? I mean, let's not kid ourselves. And that's not me being a dickhead. Being honest with yourself is a pathway to ascendancy, right? And success, okay? So stop all that. Don't announce the announcement. Just fucking announce the thing.
Could you also talk about your social media strategy? I feel like you talk into the camera a lot. You like?
Yeah, I do.
Smart.
Yeah,
Smart,
I do. Because, that was part of it, too, is I'm a narcissist. And no, it was just like I would... Way back when there was this thing was like fuck social media. We don't need to do that. That's dumb. All right, that's just it. You being on social media is a blank slate, right? Like you don't have to do what everyone else is doing on social media. Social media is just a delivery system, right? It shouldn't change how you're engaging with people. It shouldn't change your personality. It's just a place to showcase that and to talk to people. And yeah, I talk a lot on our stories because I initially got sick of like typing it all out because one, no one reads that shit except me dogging on your announcements, but a lot of people don't. So me talking is something people are used to if they come to see us, and they might even enjoy if they come to see us, and it's easier for me, and I like it too. So my social media strategy is, we do the thing where we post really cool pictures of ourselves, because flyers, announcing shows, but only when we're announcing them. And then, I talk a lot, and I also... if things are slow and I just feel like it, I'll just like talk about a record I like a lot on there. And again, like in all sincerity, that goes back to one, I like sharing like that. It's not coming from a calculated place, but beyond that, it allows someone that's trying to get into a band, us, a larger perspective of sort of what we're into and what we're about. And that's when I was younger, that's how I found out about a lot of bands. I found out about the Velvet Underground because the Strokes mentioned them in an interview. You know what I mean? So I think that exchange of culture is really important, and I enjoy doing it.
Amazing. Love it. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
I think a lot of bands can learn from that for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, from my end, just a couple quick shout outs before we wrap things up. I got to shout out DC Shoes, our wonderful partner who is, give it up for DC. They sent me this awesome ass jacket. Thank you, Emily.
It's a very nice jacket.
Thank you, the DC crew. I love this jacket. And yeah, thank you for just being the best partners, keeping the series alive. They actually sent some kicks so we could do some shopping afterwards if you guys want to take some home.
Wow. Cool.
Yeah, good stuff.
Hell yeah,
They're the
we'll
best.
definitely do that.
And then also Topo Chico mineral water, the best mineral water in the game.
They
Let's
got flavors too.
give a round of applause for Topo Chico. Thank you all for being the best too. Love you guys. And with that, if you guys want to say anything else before we wrap it up, go for it.
Morgan's been talking a lot, but do you want to have the last word, Morgan? Do you want to say anything?
Thank you.
CJ, what do you got?
Rock and roll.
All right, Josh.
Thank you.
All right, thanks everybody for watching. Be blessed. Follow your dreams and become your dream and be someone else's dream. Good night and God bless.
Beautiful.